Alright, either you know me or you don't know me, but if this first time introduction flow, FLW, also number 17, once you study numerology, you kind of get what that means. But today, I'm a lecturer on trust. One of the most difficult things I have to work on actually myself, what you believe, whether you believe in God, universe, however you believe, higher power, but trust is a big thing. So I'm gonna start off with some from the Bible, Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lead not to your own understanding. So from these conscious people that might kind of be like, ooh, in the Bible. Let me break this down. Be ye not conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So my mind is renewed so I could read the Bible for what it was meant before without being fooled or this buffoonery and coonery that kind of goes on today. First of all, the Bible, a lot of it was took from the Book of Life, which is the Egypt or the Commission um, Egyptian, the Book of Life. So I hate to say Egypt because that's how it was renamed, but it started off named Kemet. I can't remember who renamed it. The Egypt, Italians, or somebody like that. But Kemet is the original name for that land, and that came from the Commission Book of Life. So a lot of the things in there um, are very pertinent and are very correct. So the good book does teach you a lot because they weren't able to create it on their own, created at the Council of Nicaea, which they took several ancient texts and manuscripts to create that. So therefore, but if your mind was renewed and you see with your first eye, let me talk about that too, because so many people jump on bandwagons and regurgitate when you're conscious, you so-called conscious, so I hate even saying conscious, because you're just as foolish as if you were when you were in Christianity, because you jump on one bandwagon to another to this without having your own inner standing or overstanding. You believe something you could be lied to. So you believe in, you need to go from a state of believing to knowing. So another prime example, talking about the third eye. This is not your third eye. This is the first. You see it rises first. So this is one. These are two. One, two. First, second eyes, and these two eyes can be deceiving. But with your first eyes, you could have something like discernment and be able to discern what's true and what's not, who is false prophets or who are not. So again, question everything, even question me, but just don't jump on something because it sounds good. Do your own research and do your own analytical thinking. But that's why I want to talk about trust because um, everything is really in reality is about balance. So there's a point where I overanalyze and I'm using all my logic, and then it's okay. That's the way that your conscious mind works. It's trying to figure things out. It's trying to, but like the higher power, the most high, or the beyond, the inner beings, the high ones. There's a lot of times I just give a prime example about like job, like a job. There might be things, people, places that need to be moved. There might be an whole orchestra of things going on that you really don't need to know about, and you just have to have a trust that okay, when you set your attention to it, and you that everything will be worked out for your highest good and the highest good and the highest evolution of your soul, and you have to trust with that and not lean to these two eyes because these two eyes can deceive you, and they deceive me and deceive us all the time. But there's nothing. Your first eye is very important. So, like I said, there's so many things that can happen and things being moved around that you don't even know about. So you just have to trust, take time and trust, understanding. Another little thing I wanted to kind of go over. So, like after I went over trust and really letting go, because things happen to me when I'm just like fuck it, give up. So I don't want you guys to be where I am. I want it to be better than me as a teacher. You just have to let go and trust that it'll be in the high good and like the law of attraction and thinking good and those good things will come to you. But I know there's a higher being beyond even the universal law, even though universal law is correct, that leads me to where I need to be, because a lot of times I might have negative thinking or never formed pattern, but the universal law will send angels and send signs to reframe my thinking, letting me know that I recreate my reality. So there's a lot of elements that are at play and beings that are beyond myself that want the highest good for me as well. So there's things beyond laws of attraction and the things. There's angels and there's things that are here to help you and aid you to receive your highest good if you allow them to. Um, Also, another thing I want to recommend, the documentary Hidden Colors. It's a really, really good documentary for the so-called black. If you don't know your history very well, it's definitely a good one. It gives you a true history, not tainted or not made for anyone's advantage. And then you realize, okay, how much you discovered from Phoenicians that taught the Greeks, from language to much almost everything. So that's definitely enjoyed that documentary. Dr. Phil Valentine, I follow him a lot. He was definitely in it. If you were just now coming into knowledge of self, Bobby Hemmett is someone very awesome to listen to. Also, Dr. Delbert Blair is very good as well. If you're into food and naturalistic way, Dr. Sebi as well, the late great Dr. Sebi as well is good, and the late great Dr. Delbert Blair as well. And then also, again, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is someone really good to watch. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have for today. It was just pretty much allowing and letting go and leading not to your own understanding, because it's pretty much like a keyhole. When you think about when you even think about the visible spectrum of light that you see, there's all these different light waves. There's almost forming so much things going on, and you only see through this one fragment. So you just have to use your gift and make sure that your attentions are set to the highest good, and that'll get you what you need. So let go. In other words, our cliche, let go and let God. But in reality, that is really the way that things work. Oh, there you go. That brings me to this next metaphor. So um, there takes a lot of pressure to make a diamond. A diamond started off with coal, black coal, and it just pressurized and pressurized and pressurized, pressurized. But to see that diamond glow, you have to let go of that pressure. So that's something that I need to work on, and a lot of other people need to let go, like letting go and just releasing, stop resisting and going with the flow of things of however they may go, and then everything falls into place smoothly. You have to let go of it. It's like a balloon. You have a wish. You have something that you intend out of the universe. You have to let go of it, and that's the biggest issue for mostly all of us. It's another reason, like I said, I'm a living example and testimony as I teach. So I don't want to be someone who teaches something false or what they read. I teach directly through experience or through higher divine realm, but usually the best way is from experience. So it's not what my mother did or what my dad did or how other people preach or what they saw someone else do. Everything I do it directly and test. That's how I am. This was definitely an experience of going through now when I was just like, fuck it. And then it happened. I was like, wow, that's insane. So, but I don't recommend going that way. I recommend that you trust beyond, that you increase your faith, that you be an inspirational light to other people. All right. Peace, blessing, namaste. Namaste means my soul recognizes your soul. Get light, live bright, laugh, sun gaze, be better beings. You are like something that I reposted a while ago. You are what you consume, and I mean in every direction. I mean from the eyes to the mouth to everything. So make sure you're consuming right foods, soul foods, and make sure you reflect that back, because we're all reflections of each other. Sometimes what you hate the most people and someone else is what you hate the most in yourself. So check your reflections and always reflect upon yourself before you pass judgment on anybody else. Peace, love, and blessings.